Hello everybody, welcome to Canton Middle School's Curriculum Night. My name is Miss LePayne and I teach the 7th grade Applied Physics and Engineering Experiential. This class is one of the 6-week experiential classes that students may have during their 7th grade year. And during this class, my goal is for students to step into the shoes of an engineer to figure out what engineers do and how they do it, to learn about and experience the roles and responsibilities of many different types of engineers, as well as collaborate with others and utilize their problem-solving skills to think outside of the box on many unique projects. Here's what a few of my students have to say about what they learned acting like engineers in this class.
To be creative and use your imagination.
To always be willing to try new things.
To trust your teammates.
To persevere and be kind.
You build stuff.
In order to do all of these things, I take students through different modules, as we call them. The first being measurement. Students practice accurately measuring with a ruler, calipers, and a tape measure. They learn how to identify the length, width, and height of different objects. And finally, they create sketches with dimensions with top view and side view of different objects through dimensional modeling. Next up, we take a look at biomedical engineering and materials science. We explore some of the current research and projects going on in the world of biomedical engineering right now. We then investigate how materials scientists look at different properties of materials, including elasticity and viscosity, by ripping apart some candies. It's a pretty fun little activity we do. We then explore how temperature affects the properties of some materials by freezing the candies and then comparing how they break now that they are frozen. Next up is the environmental engineering module. We put a heavy focus on air pollution. We take a look at what causes it and how human health can be affected. We explore what's called the Air Quality Index, or AQI, and we take a look at this air quality number throughout the world through a live map, and we can kind of map certain places and why air quality may be good or bad in certain places, and students do a lot of research. They also then take a look at a polluted U.S. city and try to convince the leader through a mock letter to care about their air pollution and try to clean it up and suggest different ways that they could do so. In the sensors and pressure module, students follow complex directions to build a simple pressure sensor using household materials like tinfoil and wax paper. Students will learn how capacitance and pressure are related in order to understand how their pressure sensor works. And finally, they will utilize their sensor to build and test a cushion to make their school seats more comfortable by minimizing the pressure. So students can build their sensor and then build a cushion that they will also test using their sensor. And last but certainly not least, the favorite project among students is bridges. So students first learn the different types of bridges, the different parts of a bridge. They understand how bridges balance the forces of tension and compression, and finally look at structure and function in order to build a bridge that will best suit the job at hand. In the last few weeks of the experiential, students will design and build a bridge made of popsicle sticks, hot glue, and string. They will have to design a bridge within length and budgetary constraints while also budgeting out their bridge materials. And finally, we will test how much weight each bridge can hold before breaking. Here are a few pictures of last year. You can see different designs, different abilities of weights being held. We also investigate the length or the mass and sort of how those two variables come into play with how much weight a bridge can hold. And then we try to come up with the most successful design. In terms of the structure of this class, I really strive to have students complete hands-on activities and challenges each week of the 6 weeks that we are in this experiential. I also try to strive to have this class be all about experience, so we will be stepping away from our Chromebook screens to really try to design, collaborate, build, and problem solve as much as we can. One of the main themes of this class is that engineers are professional problem solvers. So students learn how to problem solve the fun way through engineering design tasks and STEM challenges, including the ones you see here, like design a name tag challenge, air quality detector, just to get students really thinking outside the box. So challenges and hands-on activities are for the most part what students can expect for the whole 6 weeks of the class. Most assignments are on paper. However, if a student needs to be absent from school for an extended period of time, I will certainly provide alternate assignments for them so that they can keep up with the content. Grading is also based off of total points, and points are given for project completion, demonstration of understanding on projects and hands-on challenges, and just one quiz towards the end of the experiential about types and parts of bridges. Engineering has increasingly become my passion over the past few years. I spent this past summer at the UConn School of Engineering. Through a fellowship, I worked in a biosensors engineering lab, learning the latest skills and upcoming research in the world of engineering. My time in the lab this summer was just so valuable. I was able to gain lots of new tech skills and new project ideas to bring back to my classroom. I was even able to incorporate some of my new ideas into the experiential this year. And finally, one of the other themes of my class is that engineering is collaborative. So, like I said, I worked at UConn School of Engineering this summer and am working closely with them again this year, and they are hoping to provide some sort of outreach opportunities to middle school students, whether it be virtual or in person, and I will certainly be sending out information for that as those opportunities come along the way. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and learn a bit more about the Applied Physics and Engineering Experiential. If you have any questions or concerns at any time, feel free to email me at alapane@cantonschools.org. I will also be posting on my classroom Twitter and Instagram at Miss LaPayne some of the cool things that we do throughout this school year. Thanks again!